Hello and welcome back to Princess Evangile. I might never wash my face again, you know? Ow! What's with you? It was a joke. Look, I know it'd be disgusting if I never washed my face again. It's not about that. Oh, for heaven's sake. Idiot. After safely passing the vote, I'd become so elated that, well, I was babbling. Well, I know how he feels. After a goal, he got a brassiere from Marika, aka the Grand Fleur. Yeah, it was a real shock. I kind of froze up. It left a mark. Huh? A mark? Her lips. Let me wipe it off. Ayaka-san reached towards me as she spoke. Pinch. Ow! Oh, it doesn't seem to be coming off. That feels more like twisting than wiping. Yep. Oh, it does. And that's not the cheek she kissed anyway. It's not manly to nitpick, Masaya-san. I wouldn't call that a nitpick. I was surprised to see it as well. The fans of Marika-sama, who were close to me, all went into a swoon. A swoon? Really? Truly? It was a kiss on the cheek, guys. Are you using all these French terms? Isn't it the French who are notorious for, or is that the Spanish? Might be both. Yeah, there are several parts of the continent where it's considered completely normal to greet someone by, giving them a quick kiss on each cheek. Might be the Italians. As I think it might be several different groups. Either that or I've just said something very mildly racist. Truly? And when they woke up, they started crying their eyes out. Marika-sama had made her choice. There were similar reactions everywhere. I suppose it stands to reason when dealing with Marika-sama. That's true. It's pretty amazing then, isn't it? I suppose that served to change most of their opinions. Yeah, but wow. I didn't know how things were going to turn out for a minute there. I'm just glad it worked out. As if to wipe away all of my doubts, the results of the votes, well, it had been unanimous. I was relieved that, from what I could see, the others hadn't grown any colder towards Marika-san, upon realising the whole thing had been a hoax. I should find a way to thank Marika-san. Thank her? You're way too nice. It was Marika who got you into this in the first place. That's true, but well, she took those drastic measures in front of all those people. And when I think about what would have happened if she hadn't, I get chills up my spine. True enough, but still... Huh? Marika's usually so proper. I never expected to do that kind of thing out of expediency. I know things were getting desperate, but still. I don't believe it was just expediency, Ayaka-sama. That's what I thought. Huh? What is it? Well, perhaps you can ask her yourself. I turned my eyes towards the building, just in time to see Marika-san and Mitsuki-san approach. Salutations. Salutations. First, it seems that you can rest easy for now, Masaya-kun. Yeah. Premier Judgment is approaching, but I believe you will successfully pass it. I will be fighting for you, with the best of my ability as well. What's this? Are you using your influence as student council president? It isn't that, Ayaka-san. All I mean is, I will tell others of the gratitude that I feel towards him. Gratitude? Did something happen? Ayaka-san looked between Marika-san and me. Huh? It wasn't in the newspaper. It appears not even Tammy-san realised it. Ah, that's right. The reason we went through this was because no one saw us. Let me tell you what happened last night. Whoa. Wow. That is very... amazing. And when Marika-san's story had ended, the others were flabbergasted. I get it. So that's another reason why she gave you that brassiere. I knew it wasn't just expediency. Marika-san's cheeks flushed and all eyes focused on her. And then suddenly she bowed. Masaya-kun, I'm sorry. Huh? I did that to you without warning. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to apologise. But... That's right, Marika-sama. What do you think he said just minutes ago? Huh? he was all, I might never wash my face again, acting all lovesick. Jeez. Yeah, in case anybody's wondering why I opted not to go for either Chio or Rise, you have noticed that they are completely insane, right? Yo, they are jealous to the point of ridiculousness, even though I'm not dating one of them. Which means if I start and they even get the teensiest hint that Masaya's, even so much as looking at another woman, I suspect they'd probably kill him. I didn't say it like that. Really? That's how it sounded to me. I agree. Yes. It's true. You were practically drooling. Okay, why were they concentrating their fire on me? I've never seen Masaya-sama looking so overjoyed. Look, I was excited because the result of the vote was so positive, that's all. I wonder about that. Well, I guess I was a little happy about it. I touched the place where she had kissed me. I could still feel it there. It had only been for an instant, but it had been so soft and warm. And then she'd wrapped her arm around my neck, and I could smell her wonderful sweet perfume. I knew it! Masaya-kun, how could you? It's awful! Oh, I've forgotten what I came to talk to you about it. Oh, that's right. From now on, the Student Council would watch over the proceedings from a more detached position. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. I had considered resigning, but in the end I chose to continue as Student Council President. I'll be honest, you should have resigned, given what you tried to pull. Sorry, my voice might be a wee bit croakier than usual today, I'll say that now. This is what I get for going out in the town last night. Resign? You mean out of responsibility for everything? Yes. That's ridiculous. Who could run the student council if not you? Marika-sama believes that seeing her duty through properly is one way of taking responsibility, and I agree with her. Precisely. I intend to give it my all this time. I hope that we can start anew. And we all bowed to return her respect. At the end of the day, Venice's Student Council is an executive body, and the decision of how things should be is left to the student consensus. I wish the White Lily and Red Rose Societies will stand at the vanguard of the students, work to shape their opinions. Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. Ritsuko, I intend to work hard as a member of the Red Rose Society from now on. That means supporting you and your administration, of course. You look so confused by my change of heart. Yes, well, that's just how the election played out. We all have to play our new roles. Right, Rai-san? That's right. I don't intend to lose to you. By the way, I should make my stance very clear. Mitsuki-san turned back to me. I told you last night that I don't mind your presence here. However, I'm still against integration. I don't want to go to school with boys. I see, and I understand. For now, at least. I imagine that my opinion reflects the majority, but it may well change in the year to come. And then again, perhaps it won't, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Yes, Masaya-san, we can't afford to let our guards down. The real battle begins now. Yeah. The Premier Judgment. Dum 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 dum. The day of the Premier Judgment came, and I had safely earned the confidence of the school. I really am relieved. I had faith, of course, but I know what you mean. My heart was pounding when Marika-sama read the result. I knew we'd pass, but I didn't expect it to be unanimous. Yes, I was shocked as well. Well, that just goes to show how popular you are. I'm not sure about that. I don't feel very popular. I'll be honest, I don't think there's any vote in the history of the world that's had more than about 20 people in it that's ever been unanimous. Don't get me wrong, I'm certainly willing to accept that after these events he might have a decent shot of a majority. But unanimous? No bloody way. At least the people in my social circle was the same as ever. I had hoped to make a few more friends, but it had never gone well. Unanimity. I know how to pronounce that word, damn it. The unanimity surely came from the support that Marika-sama gave you. Ah! Population of sheep. Gotcha. Maybe. That exclusive interview Marika-sama gave me really did seem to have an effect. I haven't run a hit like that in a while. Tami-san seemed very pleased with herself, and she'd been furious that a scoop had gotten away from her. So this must have eased the pain. I'm relieved too. The stage is now set for our decisive battle. The decisive battle is the grand vote next year, right? Yes? I really do enjoy competition, Kanumi. I intend to win in your name, Wanasama. But if nothing else, we'll have this year with Masaya-san. Pantabel is delighted as well. Goo! Thanks. I stroked his head. Goo! Goo! So, how does it feel? Give me a moment to think. I'm happy. It would have been hard saying goodbye after just one term. Who would have been the hardest to say goodbye to? Who? I was just wondering if there was anyone in particular you were thinking about. Okay, now I have heard that you've got to be completely consistent from the point at which you reach that, the pool scene. So if you want to change your mind later, you can't. This is what I have heard. So, Ayaka-san it is. Though, as I say, I'm gonna go through my reasons. Completely insane, and will probably kill me. Completely insane, and will probably kill me. Have shared like 5 or 6 conversations with her, and I don't think she likes me that much. Is at least kind of amusing. She's got a personality. That's what she's got going for her. Maybe Ayaka-san? But of course, I refrained from saying that out loud. No one in particular. Everyone, I guess. I see. Well, we'll leave it at that then. Well, how's your confidence going into the grand vote? Well, it's just not me that's in question this time. We need to get everyone in the school to think about what we want the future to be. So I'm not really sure. I'm sort of curious how the rest of you feel about it. Ah, turning back the question back on me. Nice one. Tami-san smiled as if pleased. Well, from the research I've done at the news club, it seems like the majority considers the question of you staying here and the question of reform separate. I thought so. Mitsuki-san nodded. That's what she'd said earlier, after all. Well then, I suppose I should ask the head of the association herself. How do you feel? Naturally, I'm quite confident. I'm going to win. That's our solid call, an exemplary answer to the question. And we have Masaya-san, of course. It's true that he's perhaps not a perfect representation of all men, but I imagine he's close to it. So I believe we'll do well. Rai-san turned back to me. It will be important for you to keep working as we approach the grand vote, and I hope that you'll lead us to victory. I understand. After all, if we'd won, then I could graduate from Venice's. I could be with other guys too. Being the only guy in a crowd of girls was... well, it was still a little embarrassing, frankly. I still had to use the teacher's bathroom too, but if there were other guys there, those inconveniences would all go away. Either way, I'd come to like Venice's, and I wanted to stay. That's why I really wanted to win. What about you, Ritsuko? My throat went a little dry there. Let me see. I am confident. That's not an honest answer. You don't look confident to me. Regardless of how I feel, though, that is the popular sentiment. I see. That does have a certain logic to it. But judging by today's result, Rai-san's words do have some influence. The vote was unanimous, after all. I think this will be a contest to write home about. It would be boring if it were one-sided, Ritsuko. Let's have a fair fight in the second term. Yes. And the two of them shook hands. Well, I should get going. First newspaper of the week will be a special edition, and I'll be busy. Tami-san left, and the rest of us turned to each other and bowed quickly. I'd been given more time here, and gradually the happiness of that thought spread through me. We still have a long way to go. Let's keep doing our best. Of course. Right. Yes. Naturally. As long as you wish. Yes? Of course. Goo! I see my granddaughter's judgment was sound. I was surprised that it was unanimous, though. It seems that Miss Akun will be allowed to attend for the full year, then. Yes. Oh, Madam Headmistress, you mustn't look so foreboding about it. It would be better if he had left after the first term. It would be harder for his friends to say goodbye after a year. Oh my. Sounds like you're very confident that reform will be rejected next year, Madam Headmistress. Of course it will be. Okinogi Messiah has his charms, I won't deny that. However, the question of school reform is another matter entirely, and the Fillet de Venices are no fools, they are aware of that. And that is why I am certain it will be rejected. As much as it pains me to say that to you, a member of the reform movement, it doesn't seem as if it pains you at all. Pardon my rudeness. Madam Headmistress, there is something that I have been wondering for quite some time. What is it? Why do you wish so strongly for things to remain the same? I wish to protect the traditions of Venices, that is all. Excuse me. I don't understand it. It's true there are many others who oppose reform as well. But the other directors are merely being obstinate. They refuse to accept the situation that Venices is in. That's why they oppose it. But the headmistress should be different. So then I wonder why. And that's the end of chapter 13. I think we might now be halfway through this game. Summer Memories, Chapter 2. So it's a few days later. So hot. We were well into July, and the humidity had gone through the roof. I remembered a conversation I had once had with Rai-san and Chio-san about men and women feeling comfortable in different temperatures. Men tended to be a little more sensitive to the heat, and had a greater preference for air conditioning. Naturally, a school with facilities as grand as Venice's had full air conditioning, but its temperature settings were just a little higher than I liked. And since I was the only guy there was no way I could request that they turn the AC up, even just a little bit. Additionally, any time I tried to cool off, such as using a pencil board as a fan, the teacher scolded me, so I just had to bear it. But I'm impressed by how everyone could stay so put together in this heat. But perhaps for them the temperature was quite comfortable. At least some of the illusions I'd had about women when I first came to this school were still intact. They weren't just intact though. Ever since I'd come into contact with the Fillet de la Venices, they'd actually expanded. But even so, I'd still been worried about the summer. My friend whose sister had gone to an all-girls school had said something about that. Apparently it's amazing in the summer. How so? Well, they flap their skirts around, trying to air themselves out down there. What? But you'd see their panties. And in response to my excitement, my friend had just laughed and said, "Who would care?" And that much was true. So yeah, apparently lesbians just do not exist in this world. I started thinking I might end up seeing a sight like that. And anxiety competed with expectation. But I wasn't able to see anything like that, naturally. Oh, I must be getting lightheaded. We had a week of classes after the premiere judgment, and the term close ceremony was at the end of the week, the 16th. It wasn't just the heat that was going on to my head, but the sense of relief at having passed the vote. I gazed, glassy-eyed, out of the window. It's pretty windy today. Alright, Masai-kun, please come to the blackboard and solve the equation for number 2. Huh? What do you mean, huh? The teacher's silver-rimmed glasses flashed. I opened my textbook quickly. It was only then that I realised that I hadn't opened the book to begin with. You must pay attention in class, do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. And a flood of giggles welled up from the classroom. The laughter didn't seem scornful, though. It was surprisingly warm. At lunch break, we ate together in the dining hall. We included Mitsuki-san now. Now that she had made amends with Rysan, I was beginning to see a lot more of her. Does Venice have a normal summer vacation? Yes, it does. We're permitted to leave the campus in summer and winter. Many people use the time to go home. I see. I thought that over as I chewed on my root and fillet stew. So you can't stay at school even if you want to? No, I'm certain that you can. You don't intend to return home? Don't have a home to return to. Ah, I see. Of course that the old apartment was still in my name, but I wasn't about to go back there with no one waiting for me. It was uncomfortable and there wasn't any AC. It would be sad to lose the girls' company, but, well, that would happen if I went home, so staying in the dorm seemed like the best option. What about your mom? I don't know. After the divorce, my mother had started a new life. I'd only seen her a handful of times. We talked on the phone a bit. Will you guys go home? Yes, I'll be gone for the duration. I'll be gone for the duration as well. Masao-san, please do not forget about me. Ooh! Of course I won't forget. We'll probably head home too. Oh, our house is so close it doesn't actually feel that different. Will you two be staying home the whole time, Ayaka-san? Ayaka-san tilted her head thoughtfully, and Ritsuki-chan spoke up from beside her. Yes, for the duration. Actually, I think I might come back halfway. What are you talking about? Well, Masao-kun's staying behind, right? He'll get lonely. Makes sense for me to come back early. Mother will be furious. We'll see. So anyway, Masao-kun, I hope you'll look forward to my return. Right. What about you, Chio? You're close by too. I really should see my parents, but I'll probably only stay for a week. I see. But don't get the wrong idea, I'm not doing it for you or anything. I always do it this way. I hear you. You know me, Jen? I'll visit home, but return almost immediately for my club activities. You really are devoted. Will we have training camp during summer vacation? Wow, really? I was a little surprised to learn that even the cloistered Venices had training camps. That's it. Why don't you join us, Masao-sama? Huh? Me? It occurs to me that I haven't yet crossed swords with you, Masao-sama, so... No. I must politely decline. Well, Rai-san? She'd been scowling the entire time we were talking, which made it a little hard to address her. But after all, it had been stranger not to ask. Your family lives in Tokyo, right? Yes. I think I won't be going home. She shook her head, and her expression relaxed. My parents are busy with work. If I went home, I'd just be in their way. And I always see grandmother in school anyway, so I believe I will stay here for the duration. I see. With you, Masao-san. Don't have too much fun while the rest of us are gone, you two. What are you implying exactly? Wow, sure is raining hard. The wind picked up as the day went on, and the last rain began to fall. The weather report said that the hurricane would make landfall overnight. I wonder why the thought of a hurricane gets my blood pumping like this. Of course I was hoping it wouldn't lead to disaster. Come in. Salutations! Oh, Ayaka-san, what is it? I thought we might have a little fun, you know. You said something like that this afternoon too. What do you mean exactly? You want to know? If you want to know, I'll tell you. She wrapped one arm around my neck, and the sweet fragrance caused my head to swim. Fun means... Yes. This! And I realised that Ayaka-san had something in the other hand the whole time. And it was quite large. This is... the game of life. Yep! Why? Why do you think? Well, the vague words slipped from my mouth, and Ayaka-san laughed in amusement. God, you're as cute as ever. Listen, I really will be back in no time. Wait for me, okay? Yeah, of course. I could tell she was teasing me, but somehow it didn't seem mean-spirited. But can you play life with only 2 people? Oh, won't it just be 2 people? Give you a minute to call them here. Roger. Why life all of a sudden? And a night like this, wouldn't it be better to spend it with other people? I think I understand. Oh! Woo, wow, look at that. Thunder too. This is a night you wouldn't want to be alone. Yeah, that one was a bit close, yeah. Alright, I'm going to call the others. Hide your dirty books, okay? I don't have any of those. Really? And this is kind of strict about those things. I think you're the only one who has things like that. Why would I have any? I'm not like you. But I told you I don't have any. And you lent one to Konomi-chan, remember? That was just something I picked up to serve as reference materials. You sure about that? Seemed like dubious reference material. And when he was doing it with a 2D girl. Let me remind you that I am still one of the Philly dinner Venices. So I wouldn't know anything about things like that, okay? Well, we'll just leave it at that, I guess, then. Seriously, don't tell the others about that, okay? We'll see. Oh, Miss Saekun, you're awful. Don't tease me like that. Miss Saekun? I gave her an exaggeratedly wolfish grin, rather like the time I'd posed for their photograph. I'd hoped it was obvious I was exaggerating, but Ayaka-san seemed genuinely shocked by it. Takes a lot to buy my silence. Oh, for God's sake. Because there's no way this is going to get misinterpreted, because this keeps on happening. It takes a lot to buy my silence. I'm not talking about money. I'm a man, you're a woman. Ayaka-san, you get my meaning? Oh no. I held up my hands, wiggling my fingers like a second-rate movie monster, and Ayaka-san shrunk back. Just kidding. Oh, you... Just a little revenge for teasing me like that. I wasn't actually teasing you. It's my way of hiding feelings because I'm in love with you. Huh? Just kidding. She was still the master, it seemed. About 10 minutes later, the others had gathered in my room. Yeah? Konomi-chan's here too. Why do you look so unhappy about it? Not unhappy about it, I just thought intermediate course students were in another dorm. I turned to Ayaka-san questioningly. Did you go all the way to the other dorm to invite her? Oh, actually she was in Ritsuki's room when I went to see her, so... Oh, I see. She seemed quite afraid of the thunder. Hey, don't tell them that, Wanasama! Oh, was that supposed to be a secret? It's embarrassing to be afraid of the thunder. There's nothing to be afraid of. Many people are afraid of thunder. But I'm a warrior. And a warrior cannot be afraid of something as trivial as... Huh? Oh. Ow, 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 ow! My bones creaked. I'm worried that she was. Her tiny body packed a lot of power. Konomi-chan! God, breathe! Huh? Why are you grabbing me? You're holding on to him. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. You don't have to prostrate yourself or anything. Konomi-chan was definitely acting strangely. Yeah! And she curled up in a ball, clutching her head. Konomi's quite the scaredy cat, isn't she? Perhaps I should take you back. The hurricane will only grow stronger from here on out. No. She went to all the trouble to invite us besides. Konomi-chan lifted her face quickly. Game though it may be, a challenge is a challenge, and I cannot show my back to my enemy. I see. Then, shall we? Ayaka-san quickly laid out the board. And with the usual suspects all assembled, the room that normally felt so spacious was feeling rather cramped. My room was, well, naturally boys only most of the time, but they really brightened it up. First, allow me to make some tea. Such occasions do call for tea. Might I borrow your kitchen? Sure. I also brought some sweets in honour of the occasion. Rai-san cheerfully laid out the treats, and it looked like there was more than one for each of us. Girls really do love sweets, I guess. Well, a lot of people have a sweet tooth. Personally, I don't have much of a sweet tooth, actually. Still, that seems like a pretty good point to end this part, so I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next.